What's up?
What's up guys, welcome to another video. So in this video I'm going to be going over why the latest patch to MK11 actually completely messed up Jade. Now I'm not referring to any kind of change specifically to Jade, but it's just an overall change for the game. And the patch I'm referring to is the one that gave you like a 5-frame buffer to like press a button when you're recovering from block. So basically what that means is, like, let me do the string here, that is -8. Normally a move that's -8, it's extremely hard to time a 7-frame move to punish it, because you have to be frame perfect, because an 8-frame move that's -8 can only be punished by either a 6-frame or a 7-frame. So if you wanted to punish it with a 7-frame, you had to be like pinpoint perfect with your button press. But now with the latest patch, they gave you a 5-frame window, like while you're still in block still, you can press a button and your string still comes out. So before, stuff like that was really hard to do, but now it's really easy and consistent. Now overall, I like this change. That's how most fighting games are, and moves that are minus that can be punished, you know, they should be punishable. But let me go over why that messes up Jade, and it has to do with her Jaded variation, which is her pressure variation. Now I'm going to do this string right here. Now this is +3. Now being +3, that's actually pretty decent. She has an 11-frame mid. The way plus frames work, if something's +3, you can subtract those frames from whatever move you're doing. So let's say she does another back 3, which is 11 frames -3, so you can say it comes out in 8 frames. So the way it was, that was good. Let's say you have an 8-frame move, and the opponent has a very difficult time pressing their poke or whatever frame perfectly. If they try to, they'll probably be off by a frame or two. Then your 8-frame mid, it's going to hit them, and you get them in a full combo. But here's the thing, now that's extremely easy to do. So if your character has a 6-frame poke or a 7-frame poke, that will always beat Jade's mid, and 11-frame mid is her fastest mid. And the only thing Jade can do to jail you after this is a poke. All she gets is a poke. If you try to match poke, she can poke you. Great. I mean, she has a 7-frame high, but she can't do that because your poke will low profile that. So all Jade gets in pressure is a poke, and the only thing she gets off a poke is, you know, a grab mix-up and a mid check. And the grab mix-up can possibly be down to punished if the opponent reads it. And even if you block the mid, it's like whatever, this stagger's not that good. And plus frames, again, all you really get at maximum is a poke. Even with a character like Cassie, her 8-frame poke trades with Jade. Sure, it's in Jade's favor, but imagine a character with an 8-frame poke still trading with you even though your move is +3. And one more thing that really sucks about this, like I said, a 7-frame move will completely beat out Jade. So if you have a character with a 7-frame high that leads to a full combo, and they guess right and you try to go for your mid after your +3, you're going to get blown up. So that kind of sucks, but the thing is, if this move had better pushback, it wouldn't be so bad. So I'm going to show you what I mean. Generally, you're going to be crouch blocking. So when you crouch block, you usually have less pushback off some things. So if I do this, I am right in his face. I'm right in poke range, which I was thinking before, because KHD is the one who brought this up to me. He's a really good Jade player, has a YouTube channel and everything. Make sure, you know, to check him out. And KHD was telling me about how, like, Jade was messed up, you know, all like, she can do is poke and whatnot. So I was thinking, well, okay, a lot of characters, you know, they can put the opponent in what I like to call like an abare situation, which is like anything where you're -3 to +3, like around that range, and you happen to be like at this spacing. You have multiple options you can do. Like you can, if you know the opponent's gonna poke, you can poke bait them and punish them. If you think they're gonna backdash, you can go and hit them. If you think they're gonna do like an advancing mid, you can backdash and also punish that as well. If you know they're gonna respect, you can dash in and go for a grab or whatever. Point is, you have like a mind game. If you're like -3 to 4 in this spacing, you have mind games of what you can do, and if you make the right read on the opponent, you can get like proper pressure. But with this move, if they're crouch blocking, you don't have any space. You're right in their face. You cannot backdash a poke. The only option you have is block a poke, poke yourself, or just try to do your mid and hope that it works. Because I wanted to try to help him out, see if I can find a solution. I'm like, okay, maybe Jade can backdash a poke. No, she cannot. The poke just hits her. If Cassie does a mid, she gets hit. So she doesn't have any real option except the down poke. Then I was thinking, well, maybe you can flawless block the opponent's poke and get a combo if you know for sure they're gonna poke, so you can at least get something off it and make them scared to poke so you can keep doing your pressure. But Jade's flawless block up 2 does not punish that many pokes. Now I'm gonna show you now that both of Jade's flawless blocks does not punish Cassie's poke at all. So I have him doing up 3. Okay, she can block it. Now let me put him to do up 2. And I put it on fast, by the way, just so you see it fast. So they does it immediately, like frame perfectly. No punish. And if she does the up 2 like that, you see she's minus 12. That's a full combo punish. So even if the Jackie player knows for sure I'm going to poke and tries to flawless block me, and I block right away, I block it, oh look, I got a full combo, even though you knew I was going to poke and you flawless blocked me. The only thing Jade can do if she knows you're gonna poke is to poke back herself. That is her only option. And you guys may be saying, well, you know, at least Jade has a regular pole vault thing. You know, she's only minus 3, she gets good pressure with that or whatever, so it's not so bad, she doesn't have to spend bar. Well, I made a whole video about an issue with this move. With most of her strings, after this, you're just able to jump out of it. And as a matter of fact, with this frame perfect buff that they did to MK11, you can uppercut this character with most of the cast. And you can also jump out of this if you want to. And you can also do like a short hop and sometimes get a punish for it. So this pole vault move right here is already extremely flawed. And this newest patch, while I think is better for MK11 as a whole, completely messed up this pressure. So at this point, there's no reason to play Jade. Like this variation Jaded, I think is one of her better one, probably the best one because of her pressure. But now it's useless. All she gets are pokes, which is nothing. Her first variation is still decent, you know, has the zoning or whatever, so she can go purple and everything. But in that variation, she has no real mid pressure because she doesn't have the plus frames. All she has is this plus frame, but that's a flawless block gap in it. So Jade's first variation is just meant literally for running away, keep out, and counter zoning. But if you want to play a zoner, you just play Cetrion, and she actually has a really good neutral. So there's no reason to play that variation of Jade. Jade's third variation is interesting, has some 50-50s in the corner or whatever, but she has a lot of gaps in her strings where you can literally just mash buttons and get a full combo, so it's not really viable. I think this was her main tournament viable variation. And also, this variation does not get much damage. I mean, that was fine before, but if you think about it, there's nothing to it. That's one of her best combos mid-screen. She do this for a knockdown, okay. And then she can go in the corner and do like a little combo, which is like really hard to do. She has to do like 4 down ones, only get like 250. She doesn't get that much damage off anything. The only way she gets damage is off the slow overhead, which is punishable. So they took away this character's pressure. She doesn't have any real damage. If you want to be a zoner, you might as well pick Cetrion, and her third variation isn't really all that viable in my opinion. So this character needs help, big time. And the only real buff she needs is that this plus frame right here gives more pushback. Because if the opponent were to stand block this, check out this pushback. That's actually the perfect spacing she wants to be at. She's +3. Cassie can't do a 9-frame mid because your character would beat her out. The only thing that she can do that would beat you in an up-close situation, or at least trade, is her 8-frame poke, which you can easily outspace at this range. The poke whiffs, you can punish it. Cassie tries to do any of her 9-frame, 11-frame mids, yours will beat it because your move comes out in 8 frames because you're +3. At this range right here, the stand ones whiff, and you can also whiff punish that. So Cassie's at your mercy. She can't really do anything without getting whiff punished, which then she will start respecting you, which leads you to be able to get throws or whatnot. If this move always had this much pushback even while crouching, it would actually have a legit Abare situation. So I think that's all they really need to do for Jade, so she can still maintain her pressure like she had before. Now you can argue maybe you can make this a 10-frame mid. I wouldn't be against it. It would at least beat out 8-frame pokes, and 7-frame pokes would still trade with it, but at least it trades, doesn't get outright beaten, or like standing ones would at least trade. So I'm cool with that buff, but either way, they have to fix this pressure, because the way it is, it's no good. The opponent crouch blocks, the only thing Jade can do to guarantee a hit is to down poke, and who cares if you get hit by a down poke? That's 20 damage, that's nothing. So anyway guys, that's about it for the video today. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you guys next time.